David beats Goliath as Wrexham are through to the next round. Welcome back to Where the Red Dragons Talk with myself, Luke, and today we have got Ed talking all things Wrexham. Ed, what a beautiful cup game.
Oh, absolutely unbelievable. It had everything that it, including obviously us winning, but it was just such a good performance. And Forest put out quite a strong team as well, because I thought they would have gone a bit weaker having played on the Tuesday, and they had a good win on Tuesday. But I'm sure we'll get into the game more. Just fantastic. The best cup win we've had for years and years.
It's what the cup's all about, isn't it? That's what everybody loves. There's something about the FA Cup that brings moments like this. Absolutely brilliant. Let's dive into the game. It was goals left, right, and centre. It was a bit of a mad game in terms of both teams just seemed to score with every shot they had. It was remarkable. None alone than Rathbone, who is on absolute fire at the moment.
Rathbone, I mean, over this period, the Christmas New Year's period, he's taken some absolutely beautiful goals. His volley against Blackburn was unbelievable. And this goal, he took it so well. There was just a little touch that he took it round the defender and then side-footed it home. Really trusting him now when he's got any chances on goal. He seems to be firing them in from either close or volley, outside of the area. And he's not really had much game time this season. You know, he's come back with the injury and everything, but he's on fire. Seems to score every single game at the moment.
The strength in the attacking line is real. I think that's exciting, really exciting from a Wrexham point of view. You know, you look at Brody, you look at Windass, Kiefer Moore, you know, Rathbone coming in with the goals. There's so much options for the manager, for Parky that's something that's going to be really key for the rest of the season, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And to be fair, I've done Sam Smith a disservice, I think, on this podcast, because often if you've asked me, who do I think we should sign in January, or where it's a position we're a bit weak, I always have commented on Kiefer Moore. When he gets injured, who replaces him, who comes in. Sam Smith has waited, bided his time all season. He's come in the last few games and he's been phenomenal. Yeah. He's really has. I mean, he's been strong up front. He's been everywhere up front. He did miss the one-on-one against Forest, but overall his game was fantastic. Fantastic at Blackburn, took his goal really well there as well. So he's been really good. We know Windass is good. We know Broadhead is fantastic as well. And now Rathbone coming in, but Sam Smith has really stepped into Kiefer Moore's shoes very well. And I'd even argue next game, Kiefer Moore failed a fitness test before the Forest game. If he's fit next game, maybe you still start with Sam Smith anyway. So that's testament to how well he's done over the past few weeks.
100%. But it makes you think, doesn't it? Because the games that I've seen, Sam Smith seems to be improving with his hold-up play and stuff like that as well. And it's like, has having Kiefer Moore at the club, a real, you know, seasoned pro at this level, has that really helped Sam Smith, do you think, sort of working alongside him day in, day out in training? Do you think he's starting to learn a few little different pieces from Kiefer?
Yeah, well, that would definitely make sense there. I mean, Kiefer Moore's still a bit of a different player. He's a lot taller, Kiefer Moore. Kiefer Moore's very strong in the air, but I'm sure his experience he passes on to people like Sam Smith in terms of finishing and everything like that, playing against these, you know, championship defenders, which is new for Sam Smith. So I'm sure he'll be passing on that experience. The interesting thing will be now is, would there be a way maybe to fit both of them in at once, or does it need to be Moore or Smith?
Yeah, it's good to have options. You play so many games in the championship. It's good to have options. And we're talking about obviously the squad there with the attacking lineup, but I think the squad really showed character against Forest, conceding 3 goals. You know, conceding the goals. It could have knocked the confidence. It could have knocked the wind out of the team, but it didn't. They kept going and going.
No, it was incredible because it was a little bit out of the blue going 2-0 up. We hit them, you know, we sucker punched them pretty quick. Missed that good chance for 3-0 just before half time. Forest came out, made the 3 subs. They looked strong. They put us under pressure. Once they get one back 2-1, you feel that's a dangerous score now because they're on the attack. They're on their up. We're in a dangerous position. But again, we go down the other end. We score again for 3-1. you think if we hold out a little bit, it's about 15 minutes ago, hold out a bit, we could see this out. But they score again straight away a minute later, so it's 3-2. Fantastic goal to equalise, in all fairness, 3-3. But I think one of the biggest testaments was not only to go through the extra time period and win on penalties, but from the moment they made it 3-3, in the injury time, we were on the attack. I mean, if Windass had thrown himself with his head instead of his feet, we would have won it in injury time, which is absolute testament, because the heads just don't drop. The character, we've said it before, and it's really shown over this Christmas period, the character, it is a Parkinson-type team. It really is showing it now, that it's that one that doesn't give up, and when it faces adversity, we go again. We play again, we go again.
Which is, we've touched on this a few times. It's a fairly new group, isn't it? A lot of signings came in the summer, so to have that Parky identity already that's a testament to him himself, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's showing that the players are buying in to his leadership. There are a lot of question marks. Could he do it at this level? But you're looking at, you've got a team ninth in the Championship, a team just caused an FA Cup upset in the next round. They're obviously believing in what's happening. His challenge now is players are coming back, because we are getting a few, like Kabore, who are pretty close to being back. His challenge will be, again, to keep all these players happy. Yeah. And it's a different challenge in the Championship, but so far he's ticking the boxes.
Yeah. That's it. That's a difficult job for every manager, trying to keep everybody happy. We just got to do what's right for the team. And long may this brilliant sort of feeding around the club as well. I want to touch on that a bit later on, but the feeding around the club seems really bright at the moment. I want to finish though. We cannot go off of the FA Cup subject without talking about Arthur. Hero again, penalty save. He comes up trumps time and time again.
Yeah, it was amazing, and he just seems to be Mr. Cool. Even in his celebration, it was just quite low key. You thought, what a fantastic shootout. And even the penalties he didn't save, he was so close. Every single penalty. He came close to saving them all, really, which would have been absolutely incredible. But yeah, he's done so well. He made a mistake against Swansea, I think it was. But overall, his consistency, he's come on leaps and bounds, and he's still only 24. He's still young. I wouldn't be surprised seeing him getting some international caps for Nigeria. And yeah, he's been absolutely fantastic. Definitely. Right, so we're on to back onto the league, and Norwich is coming up next. What we're expecting from the game, and what's your score predictions, please, Ed? Well, we're very much getting into these scenarios now, as where we're expecting to win against big teams like Norwich. And I know sometimes people think Wrexham fans come across as a little bit arrogant and things, but after 4 straight wins, you've got to believe that you can beat a team that's struggling in the league. So I'm hoping the high of the FA Cup, how good we are at home now. 2-0. Let's go for a nice 2-0 win.
Lovely. I'm going Wrexham 6, Norwich 0 from my own.
Just the 6.
Yeah, just the 6. Yeah. Right, we're on to our next feature, which is the A to Z. We're flying through, and we're up to the letter K. So, do you have a something or somebody for the letter K for Wrexham?
Yeah, well, growing up, I always stood on the cop behind the goal. So growing up, that's where that was my place, on the cop. And now it's always been a famous part of Wrexham. You think of days like when we've beaten Arsenal, having Welsh internationals, the cop's always been where the real singing and the support has been. But now we've got the redevelopment. So I think the last I heard, maybe about a year off, these timeframes can move a little bit, of us having the cop again. So hopefully that's something that doesn't take too long. A year wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, I think the COP redevelopment is fantastic, and testament, again, it's another thing that the owners have really pushed for. And there's a lot of local design within the new design for the COP, which is something nice as well, because it will feature things from the area. So that's something to be quite excited about. And I think just further to that, our grounders get quite a lot of knocking from away fans. And I think sometimes, to be fair, rightly so. Away fans, they're not behind the goal, being told that it's quite poor in terms of them being served alcohol. The views can be quite poor. the ground still is definitely it's League One at best, you would say, in its current state. But with all the redevelopments, with the amazing pitch we've got now, the floodlights, and with the Kop, it should not too far off be a decent championship level ground.
Yeah, I'm just going to take some of the words from Tweet of the Week, but I won't say it all. But when you go back to back, it's hard to try and keep everything moving up. It's hard enough trying to keep the squad developing year in and year out, rather than the ground and the facilities and stuff. It's stuff like that really takes time. It's not something that's just going to happen with a click of a finger. But yeah, it's brilliant to see that the ownership are taking real, they're thinking about what's important to the fan base, and they're really putting the money into the ground as well. And yeah, it's only going to be positive, isn't it? It's only going to be better. It's only going to keep getting better and better. So yeah, definitely. Right, we are now on to a tweet of the week, and I just love. The tweet doesn't really say too much, but I just loved the tweet because it shows the feeling around the club right now, and obviously you can touch on that better than me, Ed. But the tweet is talking about just geeing up the boys, and it's basically saying, up the back-to-back promotion winning, forever feathers ruffling, history making, more to come, Reds. And I just thought that just epitomises where Wrexham are at the moment. And I want you to say a word on the feeling around the club. It feels very positive right now.
Yeah, and we've just had 3 or 4 years of it. Every season we seem to have these pinch me moments where things just get better and better and better. And, I can remember, if we just go back to last January when we were in League One, thinking, are we good enough to get out of League One? Maybe, but I'd be happy with the playoffs. But if we did go up to the Championship, we'd be lucky to stay up. But now here we are whispering about playoffs. Only a point behind. We're in the FA Cup. We're looking forward to the next round of that. It's just incredible. It's just the whole city, as it is now, is on a high. Everyone's talking about Wrexham. You go around, people have got Wrexham tops on. There's not as many Man U, Man City, Liverpool and Everton tops. And I'm hoping in the not too distant future, the next generation, when they grow up, they'll support one team. And that'll be Wrexham, not Wrexham plus Liverpool. Yeah. Wrexham plus Man City.
Yeah, no, 100%. I completely agree. Brilliant, Ed. Thank you for a great conversation as always, mate. And thank you for watching at home. Please like and subscribe. Please get involved in the comments below. It really does help the channel.